Okay, I'm about to roast some Ethiopian Sidamo G4 Naturals. So these are, I've already gone through them, sorted them out. They look okay. 350 grams, my largest load yet, in the flour sifter roaster. There's a medium-sized hand for a reference, driven by a corded drill. See the tines going in there. Let's see if I can slow that down. There you go. You can see they're kind of a figure eight, on those tines. So I just adjust the speed up until what I think is probably good. That's the environment temp over there. It sweeps the beans away from that side. And over here on the bottom one, this right there, that is the bean temp, and then this is the upper roast temp over here. See the heat diffuser down below there, the little holes inside that's dished downward, sweeping up towards the outside edge to spread the heat a little bit. We're using those little butane gas cans. They call them bombs here in Japan. And there's a little camp stove. Lights up quite easily. It puts out quite a bit of heat there. The lid. Here's a view of the lid. You can see it's actually a lid for dropping into a soup pot to keep everything submerged. Sits on top there all the time. So I have all the vent coming straight on out. Just turn off the controls for the drill, and so this is the drill here. And this side is the cooling fan. It's just a 5 1/4 inch fan on a 120 millimeter vent pipe, fit into that cake pan there. And that's it. We're ready to fire up on Artisan here. And right now I'm going to start with an old can. This one's nearly empty. I'll use this to heat up the roaster, and then I'll switch to the fuller can. It's got plenty enough fuel to go ahead and do this. So I never end up wasting fuel, because just before the roast starts, I switch to the heavier can, and that one, the smaller can, serves for heat up just fine. I have had some issues with this stove. I kept getting flame outs right here, right there at the junction point. Turned out the O-rings from the factory were pretty crappy, so I swapped them out for my own O-rings, and everything seems to be okay there. That's it for now. I'll show you once I get some beans dropped in. Okay, we're about to drop some beans here, so here we go. Off comes the lid. Right now I've got the stove running around 270, fairly low. It's probably going to drop to 260. It's going to drop pretty quick here. Here we go. Drop some in here. Charge. Okay. There you go. You see I got a pretty good rotation down there in the bottom on the back side. That's where I watch. I see how fast the beans move from that area. The beater bar, like I said before in an earlier video, doesn't go all the way to the bottom. It's about one bean above. So when I get pea berries, I have to run this faster. But anyway, that's that. And it's not too awful noisy. hope you can hear what I'm saying, but it's runs along pretty good, and I can hear first crack quite easily, so that's good. Now it's time for me to switch over to Artisan and keep an eye on these temps here and start looking at that. We just hit turning point here, and it looks like 93.8 Celsius is the turning point. Right now stove is 216. I understand naturals probably want to go a little slower. Beans are still dropping a little bit, so that really wasn't turning point yet. But I'm looking for turning point, probably close to 2 minutes on these, I'm guessing. My first natural, so we'll see. That's it. Okay, we haven't hit first crack yet. We're 186 Celsius on the beans. See, the graph is all over the place, and then it's smoothed out. Smoothed out after I bounced the phidget a little bit, but also after I touched the roaster. I think maybe I've got some errant static in the system that caused this issue. But regardless, I have this stove temp up here, which is kind of nice. I make adjustments. I don't have a regulated stove. I can't look at my inches of head or anything like that. So I just look at what the stove temp is putting out down there. I can see instant changes other than when it's going all crazy. Since that point, it looks like things have been climbing pretty good here. I should be hitting first crack anytime soon. You see the top of the roaster, you might be able to see a little bit of smoke coming out of that. Let's see if I can show you anything. I can look down in here, peek at the beans. Right now they're super light tan, so they're not quite the first crack yet. I haven't heard a single pop. That's it for now. First crack has just begun. These are pretty quiet beans. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting some nice loud pop. It was 202 Celsius. So quite high temp on this. But smooth line ever since I touched the roaster itself. So I don't know. We'll see. Looks good. I'm probably going to dump them here in about another minute or so. That's it. A little long. It'll be about 16-minute roast, but it is what it is. We're now in the cooling stage. You probably can't hear the fan over the noise of the beans mixing, but you'd see some chaff coming out here in the stocking. Looks okay. Fits on there really nicely. Stove, as you can see, is off. I gotta work on my camera work here, guys. Sorry about that. I went to, let's see, I dropped at 1558 for the graph here, and it was 214. Yeah, 214 Celsius. So there you go. It's 12 degrees above first crack. That's it. You can see the stove cools off quite quickly there. That precipitous drop, and the blue and red are also dropping. I don't know what the ghost line is there. I've got in the graph. I've never seen that before, so maybe that has something to do with my weird stuff over here, but whatever. It's the ghost in the machine. So anyway, I let the usually beans take about 4 minutes to cool down to 50 Celsius in there. So that's what I do, and then I'll drop them out. They'll be ready for the next roast. Alrighty.